Welcome to our statistics unit. This is about organizing and analyzing information. Here we have a survey that somebody had done that had just asked, how many pairs of shoes do you have? And so we see the results from the different respondents. Somebody has 5 pairs, they have 7 pairs. A different person has 4 pairs. So to get the mean or the average, we're going to add up all the numbers on top. So to find out the total number of shoes. So if we add up all of our numbers, we'll see that there was 66 shoes mentioned out of the 8 respondents. So 66 pairs of shoes are owned out of 8 altogether. And that gives us 8.25 pairs of shoes on average. So our median is going to be our middle number. It's the one that is basically right in the middle of the list. A lot of people like to recopy the numbers so that they for sure get So now let's look to see what's that middle number. So let's dive in here. Oh, there's 3 off there. Okay, 3 here. So there is no middle number. We have a 5 and we have a 7. So what we're going to have to do is find the middle of the middle. Let's put those guys together and then divide by 2. So 6 is in the middle of the middle. So we have a mean or an average of 8.25. We have a median of 6. And we're going to look for a mode. A mode is going to be the most common number. So here we see a number of 7s, but we see 3 5s. Now, just because we have duplicates of the 7s, that's not going to trump the 5s. So for a mode, we're going to say 5 is the most common. Or basically 5 pairs is the most common number. So we have some really different values here. 5 and 6 seem to be pretty close. But 8.25, I mean, if you look at our data set, 8.25 is here. To me, that's nowhere near the central tendency of these numbers. It's not showing me what usually people have. They don't usually seem to have 8.25. They do seem to usually have maybe 5 or 6 or 7. So what we could do is we could do the trim mean. With the trim mean, we are going to go into the data and eliminate the highest number and eliminate the lowest number. So we would basically take our 66 and subtract off the 29 shoes that are there. Or if you want, you can do 5 plus 7 plus 5 plus 7 plus 5 plus 8. And we're going to get 37. Now we've eliminated both the highest and the lowest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people are left. And that gives us a trimmed mean of 6.2 pairs. Now that number seems to fit a little bit closer with those. An outlier is a number that does not fit with the rest of the group. It's just a really weird number. It could be super high, it could be super low. And here in our list, I would say absolutely this 25 is an outlier. Although we had to remove 4, we did that just because it was the definition of trim mean. Get rid of the highest, get rid of the lowest. But in terms of outliers, 4 is not an outlier. 4 seems to be low, but a normal number for our group of people that we talk to. But the person with 25 pairs of shoes, this looks like a hobby. It doesn't seem to be the normal. So because of that outlier, our average got inflated. That's why our average seemed especially high. So we get rid of the outlier, and now our average kind of comes back down to normal.